everybody, and welcome to our amazing panel discussion here as Incubator in partnership with Her Hour, in partnership with Alliance Francaise de Harare, and Phenomenal Lighting. So many partners. And I'm so happy to be joined by these amazing women on stage with me today. The one you know very well, I'll start at the far end. You know her very well. Yes, I'm not going to introduce anyone, as you know that is the trend in everything that we do. Digital, we do not introduce ourselves. We introduce ourselves, but we don't introduce others. So yes, my name is Vera, and I'm the founder of Incubator ZW, and I'm the community manager at Water Republic. And I'm going to sling the introduction all the way to the far end.
So my name is also Vera. My name is Jordan, and I am the girl of your dreams, and I don't know what else I could tell you. That sums it up. But yeah, I'm an activist. I work in media. I am a performer very recently, and I'm cute. What else do you want to know?
That does it. Yes. And next.
All right. Thank you. Okay, my name is Sharon, Choto, and I am an audio engineer. I'm also the founder and CEO of Record IT Solutions. And I think that's basically all about me. I'm into sound, I'm into music, and I'm into IT as well. And that's all.
Brilliant. Next up, A.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Mildred, aka The Lighting Bay. I'm the founder of Phenomenal Lighting and Power Solutions. I'm a lighting designer as well as an electrician by profession. I'm also running a lights out workshop across the country, and another one called the Phenomenal Lighting Masterclass Zoom series on Zoom with the international lighting designers across the globe.
Thank you.
I have some issues going on at home in the type I need assistance with.
Now that you know.
Now that I know,
We bring people together.
You had a light bulb moment. I'm here all day.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Natsumi, which is my government name. Please feel free to name your daughters Natsumi. I need more so that I can start committing some naughty activities. But I'm also known as DJ King Her. I am a graphic designer, a social media marketing head. I'm a business liaison. I am also a TV presenter and a radio presenter as well. I am also an activist of sorts and entrepreneur. So that is me.
Hey. But I say we have the best.
Oh yes, and I acted in 2 movies.
Woo! And last and definitely not least.
Okay, my name is Nicola Kagura, aka Chef Cola. I am a private vegan chef and also an LGBTQI activist. So that's what I do.
Awesome. So like I said, today basically what we wanted to talk about, given that it's Women's Month and we recently celebrated Women's Day, we are looking at women who are breaking the bias. Yeah, the movement. Whatever the movement is, but yes, I think here on stage, every person here on stage with us today has definitely broken a barrier of some sort, they've broken a bias of some sort, and I just wanted you each to share which bias or barrier you feel like you have broken in your own capacity. Please do not be humble, because I know each of y'all personally, and I know what barriers you have broken, so if you don't mention it yourself, I will feel free to be the one to do things. So you get to mention it all. But to switch it up, I think we'll start with you, Shakola.
Wow. Okay, biases that I've broken. Okay, so I think, I'm the #1 female vegan chef within Southern Africa. I was listed in Forbes as a chef to look out for who's doing innovative things. I work in a lot of communities this year, a lot of rural communities, just helping people do amazing things like with the resources that they have. So if you work in Kumusha and you just have a garden, I teach you how to monetize that and how to make money. I've been listed as top 50 chefs in the world this year. I'm not allowed to announce that yet, but yeah. I do a lot of work empowering people, especially females, on how to use their hands and make money. Because a lot of females, especially in rural communities, they are married, and even if there's no money within the households, they're not allowed to work and go out there. So if they're just on the road selling hot chips or on the road selling vegan products, I teach you how to do that. So my whole thing and why I exist as a brand as African Vegan on a Budget is to empower women and children and then men.
Yes, because we don't forget the men. Like, we remember everybody. And then that's why you're not out to go. You were there more than that, but just.
But we're not advocating for you.
But also just.
And then
men. But also for those of you who don't know, you can also check out, you've got a YouTube channel, African Vegan on a Budget, so make sure you check that out on YouTube. The information will be in the description below, so make sure you check.
And just one thing, Rainbow Friendly, just
Yes.
the LGBTQI activation side of it. We just go around in South Africa, Cape Town, and we're starting this year in Zimbabwe, Harare, just having events that empower people within the community and try to see what they need. If it's like a photographer, a graphic designer, just creating those resources for the people within the queer community. Yeah. So that's it.
Yes, like I said, out you doing the nose. Yes, King Her.
me.
Yes.
You see, if I start talking, it's like I'm lying. Anyways, I am one of 5 very prominent female DJs within Zimbabwe. I'm the first female DJ to be acknowledged internationally on an international scale. I've mentored about 17 upcoming female DJs within Africa. I'm sitting at number 35 out of 100 in Africa, first Zimbabwean representative in the DJ industry for the women. So the boys, I'm coming for you.
Hey.
That's why I'm king.
Hey.
Anyways, I'm also a producer, which is also breaking barriers because we don't have that many female producers in Zimbabwe that actually produce music. There's a very small handful. I think you can count them on one hand. I'm also in the sense of getting into education, so I am more targeted at youth development as well and setting up structures for the girl child in terms of music and the business of music. So far that's me for now. That's called breaking barriers. Oh yes, number 1 club DJ Fruity. So please come and get down with me. I actually like this because we're like cheering each other on. You know, this is nice. You know?
Yes, this is what it's all about.
But yes, but besides all of those credentials, I'm one person that is in the creative industry that likes to help boost any woman within any industry, whether it's from fashion to corporate. We are all hands-on. I feel like if we come together as a unit, that is something that I really stand behind and push as well as part of my brand.
Definitely. And that's basically what like this discussion is about. This is what I strongly believe in, the incubator strongly believes in. We like to push a lot of collaborations with women to break that bias that women can't work together. Y'all don't know.
Not true.
Check out some of the projects we have done as incubator. We have only women working together, collaborating and making some amazing work. And that's just what it is. You put women in a room, guys, things will change. It won't be fighting as men think, but it'll be things happening. Collaborations, beautiful work, beautiful ideas, beautiful concepts, and life-changing things as well. So definitely, thank you so much for that. Yes.
Stuff, yeah. So can I give him a good one?
Yes, you can give it a go.
Yes, I know. As long as you come and fix the light bulbs.
What's the condition?
No, life is about condition.
Can I just get the money involved?
Yes.
It's difficult to talk after there's children.
No, I know. We support anything. We start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. I'm sure 2 years from now I'll be like, you know what? I need a favor from you. You know,
Who are you
lighting.
King what?
Already asked for mine. 2 minutes ago.
Right? These favors are
Ask them so
well, now they're becoming extensions, so it's like
Yes.
at my house. And so remember from 5 years ago, like the and was now coming to
See how valid and important you are to me.
Already. Wow. I don't know. Ish. Yeah, My name is Mildred again. I'm a lighting designer, the only female doing lighting professionally in Zimbabwe. And I'm, like I said earlier, I'm the founder of Phenomenal Lighting Power Solutions, which is the only lighting company owned by a female in Zimbabwe ever.
Yes.
Woo,
That's very impressive. I'm already impressed.
Yeah, so I'm a self-taught lighting designer and I've been doing lighting for the past 20 years. In 2019, I started a masterclass called just Phenomenal Lighting Masterclass for females especially, just to try and groom more females for the industry because I feel lonely most of the time because I'm the only one. Like I don't have peers, I don't have mentors. I light these girls, I make them look beautiful, they don't even see who I am. I'm wearing a wetsuit half the time. They're like, and they go away. So then 2020, when we went into lockdown, I started another masterclass called the Phenomenal Lighting Masterclass Zoom series, where I would interact with international lighting designers. And my first guest on that masterclass was a guy called Patrick Goodroff, who happens to be my virtual mentor. He did lighting for Michael Jackson, for the Olympics, the FIFA World Cup 2012, was it? Mm-hmm. South Africa, and he's actually been knighted by the Queen for lighting. So after that, I had more people come on the masterclass, which is really interesting, and it's also the first of its kind in my country. Everything I've been doing with lighting is experimental, and so far it's happening. And then, so last year I was chosen to go and study a master's in lighting in London, and they take 8 people globally, and I was like the only African person who was selected for that. And then fans, people are like, you do lighting? What is that? We don't have money for that. So I failed to go because I couldn't raise the funds, but I'm hoping to go again this year. I'm still trying to raise the funds. And I'm breaking the
Yes.
So this year I started another masterclass called, actually when I failed to go to London last year, I committed my full year into imparting my knowledge across my country, and I started another masterclass called The Lights Out. They all have different names, like they're different. So this one's called The Lights Out, lighting workshop that I take across my country. And I think the first one was in Bulawayo, and I did another one in Harare at the Music Crossroads Academy. She was one of the students. And we've been to Mutare, and we're planning on going to Masvingo. I think until I leave, I'm planning to leave in October. I think on the 2nd of October this year after Shop Festival. So I'm literally just like going everywhere and spreading the gospel of lighting, just raising the awareness of the importance of the element of lighting in any production at all. And it's been an interesting journey so far. And actually, it's an adventure. And also, we're running that and also the Zoom one as well. And that's me. Oh, and then I also do like housing installations, power, and solar. In case you need solar in your house, I do solar installation. I do solar repairs, solar maintenance, and I sort of just fix anything that's power related.
And then you said that wasn't impressive. You see this?
In Africa, no one even knows me in Africa. So
I think that's also why this is so important, is to also celebrate the people who are, as much as you're behind the scenes, you also play such a really important role. There's so many festivals. I remember one of my first performances at Haifa, and I saw this girl on these high things, tying things together, and I was like, that's a date! Like, what? And literally through the years, and I kept seeing Mildred in, and I'm just like, I don't know, it wasn't computing in my mind, because it's just this one girl, and then you see a room full of men, and you're just like, is that because her brother, she was raised by wolves, and then this is a situation of circumstance, what is it? But I think that's what's really important, is also to celebrate the people behind the scenes, and I think everybody here on stage has, and as much as we've maybe been in front of the stage, we've also played a very big role in the creative industry behind the scenes. And a lot of people may not know that oh, this person has done that, or, this event or this whatever that has happened, this person is behind that movement. And I think it's really important to shed light on that because that's how you inspire other people. So when other people see these things, hear these stories, they then know that, okay, listen, my crazy idea might not be that crazy. It's actually possible. I need to know where to start. We all started from humble beginnings, but look at where we're at now. We're not yet at our end goal, but our journey is going really well, and I think that's what's really important.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sharon, the sound queen. I'm giving you a new name. Sound queen. Yes.
Alright. Okay. Wow. A lot of purpose here. Summary. I'm a chef. I'm a DJ. I'm a lighting babe.
She's like, no.
She's like, I'm all y'all.
In one, relax. So before everybody on stage looks like in one entity.
She's like,
Wow.
you should have just said
It sounds always done the whole thing.
Well, it seems like everyone needs a lot of history in the industry, but okay, breaking barriers. Okay, I was the first female engineer to win to be the best student in all day engineering at Trinity Crossroads. That was something big for me.
It's big, girl.
Considering that my classmates then in studio, they're already in the industry, and they were just coming from the bush and you're being told this is a speaker. I'm like, oh, I didn't know this is a speaker. And then be the best among the rest. That was a great achievement for me. Around sound, I started an initiative for sound engineers in Zimbabwe. It's on Facebook. It's basically to link up all the sound engineers and put them on one place, and even those who are learning sound or not really audio engineers who are sound men, who are inspired or aspire to be sound engineers to get on the platform and be one. The main goal really was to try to make audio engineering like an industry. Like you really have to recognize it as an industry. So usually it's really difficult for people to say, okay, we have a lighting industry.
Yes.
Like we have a sound industry. People just say it's entertainment.
Yes.
So that was the initiative behind it. And then I also started something for the women as well. I also noticed that women in the industry of sound, they have their own challenges. So I started an initiative of trying to gather up all the women, even those that are young, and try to educate them, try to say, no, this is not so difficult as you think. So it's something that I've started. Actually, it's too small, but it's on WhatsApp because it's really difficult to reach other people. But that's all about sound there. So I managed to be the first female, if I can say so. I've worked with events for Chen. I've worked with a lot of artists. A lot of them probably saw me and were like, oh, who's this girl? But yeah, that was a great achievement. I also managed to work with Art Sounds, and I was the female engineer for Her Excellency, Mildred Moyo. So I remember the first time I went there, they were like, you're gonna be working with a lady now. Then they were like, yeah, we have a lady now. And for me it was good news. And they were like, okay, let's see how she goes. And at the end of the show, everyone was just smooth. I was like, yes, I'm killing it. Yeah, and I think that's all about sound. And then I'm also into music. I'm still new in the industry, but I'm actually trying to push my work. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram and Twitter. I have a handle called Speaker Sharon. And I think before I came into sound and words, I was into IT. So basically, when I started to do IT, I realized that most people who do software development, mobile application, they do it for the corporate world, the economic side, and they don't do it for the entertainment side. So I currently have projects that are running to boost the entertainment side. We have a software that we're developing for sound engineers, something like those digital audio workstations that they use, like Fruit Loops, like Logic. That's something we're trying to do, something of our own from Zimbabwe, and also something for the musicians in general, all of them. it's going to basically benefit mostly session musicians, those people that make up the show but don't really recognize them to say they made, because you only see the vocalist or the lead singer. But what about the leader musician? What about the keyboardist? Those people need to be recognized. So I'm coming up with an IT solution for that. I believe that it's going to help the industry. I think that's basically what I'm doing, and other than other things give me money.
I like that she said that she's trying to work on making the sound become an industry, or writing become an industry. Like yesterday, the guy that was interviewing Ramani from South Africa, he said the same thing, that we're not recognized as creatives or artists. You know, we tell stories using light, using color and mood, etc. Same as sound. We actually an industry of our own, but it's very rare. Like if I'm doing a lighting for a play, I'll get the script last. So the makeup artist, costume designer, the set designer, etc. They'll get the script. The minute is available, they'll get it. I will get the script when they're moving into the theater, and also, we need lighting. And then the one time I had an issue where the costume designer actually bought wrong material for lighting. I was like, this is not going to work with my lighting. But because you call me last, but if I'm there at the beginning of the creative process, then I'm able to actually put my. But because like we're not recognized as, it's just, she's going to play and then just put it like that. You know, and so
want to make sure we
can see her. So that even that what I've done with the thing with the workshops, I'm trying to bring in the DJs, the directors, the musicians to say, listen, lighting is everything for your performance. Let's talk about it. The way you look on stage is everything, and how your fans look at you. Like, Beyonce will rehearse for 2 weeks just for her look only, not the band, just her. Like she wants to look like the goddess or whatever. It's actually it's a movement, it's an industry. And people don't really realize this. I think it's because we haven't had these conversations as a creative sector to say, come, let's talk about it. Your costume actually matters. What are you wearing when you come on stage? Because it might look bad for that reason. So let's think about these things as performance. And let's do it. Let's do it.
Miss J.
Okay, well, I think I probably have the least firsts and accolades and like recognition. I think I'm very lucky to be in the company. A lot of firsts. I can tell you I've been a lot of firsts for people, but I'm not a lot of firsts. So yeah, basically, I am an activist. I have been doing that for some years now. I think this year would be 4 years being an activist. I don't have any real first. I think the one first that I could give is that I was the first LGBTQI+ activist to be recognized by the Netherlands Embassy for my work in activism around gender-based violence. I was also one of the first. Actually, I think I was the first LGBTQI+ activist from Zimbabwe to be recognized as part of this activism program called Women Deliver. So I was picked like 1 out of 300 people in the whole world. I mean, yeah, I don't really, to be honest, I don't really like thinking about these things, because I was telling one of you the other day that I'm like distancing myself from activism, because I just feel like it's a different world. I think because I am a transsexual woman living in Zimbabwe, it's like very dangerous for me, and things have become very sour. I think I won't say I'm the most well-known trans person in Zim, but I think I do have a very high profile in terms of like the public and the way that goes down. I think a lot of what I can share with you, being first, is not very great things. You know, I can tell you that the government knows who I am. And as a result, they block my bank accounts. That's what I can tell you. So these are the kinds of things that come with being a person in my position who is doing something like activism, you know, and being someone who speaks up and gets put on blast on other people's platforms. You know, I am someone who uses the My Twitter platform for activism, or that's what I've been doing for the past few years. But like I said, I am not really in that space at the moment. But because of that, I definitely am known in spaces where some I wouldn't like to be known, some that I'm grateful to be known. I've had the what is the word? The privilege of being able to work with policymakers, as well as, you know, most recently I was lucky to be able to be part of the UPR process, which is basically dealing with human rights in Zimbabwe and how different groups of people are influenced by the government and how, like, their stances on human rights. And then maybe a first I can tell you is that I'm in the process of being one of the first people to go through the process of gender verification through the government. We're in the process of like establishing like litigation and a law team and like all of that. So I am one of the first, I think there's 3 of us, people who are going to go through the process of like gender marker changes and just dealing with that kind of processes, the processes behind that. In Zim, obviously in Zim, there's no legal recognition for people who are transgender, non-binary, intersex. So the government doesn't provide for that. So obviously, this is the beginning of that process. I didn't think it was relevant, but I think it is, I guess. There is, yeah, I think in terms of activism, that's what I do. And then in terms of performing, I just started. I don't really have any accolades. Yet. But keep an eye out. In the next 2 months, I have an announcement, actually. So,
Yes.
yeah. I don't have permission to announce now, so I can't.
But in the next 2 months.
In the next 2 months.
Yeah, so thank you all so much for sharing. I think we're just going to do like a last round of questions. We don't want this to go on for too long. We know data has gone up, fuel prices have gone up, life has become expensive. We'll keep it simple.
Oh, I have one more thing to say, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. And the last bias that I've been lucky enough to swerve is that, you know, a lot of people say pretty girls are dumb, and so I'm bringing the bias of being a smart, pretty girl.
We like that. I'll give you time for that.
All of you are bringing the bias.
I'll make
But me
smart pretty
first.
hands.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think maybe if we could each share like 2 things that could maybe encourage like the next person that's interested in specifically like in your industry and the things that you're doing, just so we can get them to feel more encouraged. It could just be like a short story of how like you overcame something or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be anything too deep and spiritual. Like Merriam-Webster's dictionary says
someone
defining the woman is not like it can literally just be like, yo, just don't sleep for 3 days and like kill me. That's all it takes. Cry yourself to sleep on Wednesdays. It's fine. But like just any advice that you could give any young person that is watching this and that just needs that inspiration, that motivation to get to the next level in their lives, so that it can be done. You will not get the support that you need. Like I think we all know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you actually do get the support that you need, but it also takes a lot of like, maybe listen to me also preaching my own books.
Okay.
Yes, but it also takes that internal push for yourself. But like I want you to maybe just share something, and then we can round up this amazing few minutes that we have gotten your attention for.
First of all, thank you for having us. I forgot to say that in the beginning. I think my pieces of advice would be, you need to find your own identity. 7 people because you really forget who you are, and to an extent whereby, for example, you might be afraid to post on social media, or you think you're not keeping up because of what you're seeing other people post. So it's very important to have your own identity because people know how to identify you. The second thing for me personally is not giving a fuck. Like, honestly, just continuing to raise the bar, and no matter what, don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. As long as you're not hurting anyone and it's in a positive light and you're walking with God, you're on the right track. Yeah.
I love that. Zero fucks given there. I love that. I love that. I love that. That's so cool. The censored version of that would be unapologetic. But here I think we are uncensored here, so we allow people to express themselves in their full capacity. So continue as you were.
It's me now.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna also just share just two. First things first is focus on your own stuff. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Like, don't try and go and be in somebody else's lane or try and compete to be in somebody else's lane. Stay in your own lane because your lane is the most honest lane that you can stay in. It's the lane that you need to stay focused and driven in, and it's the lane that's going to take you to the next direction that you need to go to. So stay in your lane. Don't try and be like, I'm not saying she's not great, she's great, Beyonce's great, but you're not Beyonce, and you're not King Her, and you're not Kylie Jenner, and you're not, you are you, and you need to add on to what Nicola was saying is you need to find your niche, stick to that, and stay in your own lane, and consistency is key. Be consistent. Practice makes perfect. Keep going on. It might not, for some people, it takes 2 years, it takes 5 weeks, it takes 1 day. For you, if it takes 10 years, continue. That is, you'll eventually get there. We all get there at some point in time. So stay in your lane. And the last piece of advice is, don't cry. Put your big girl pants on and continue. This crying thing, what I've learned is, okay, you can have your down days where you need to go, bawl your eyes out, cry, drink a glass of wine, done. You're done. But after that, you look at it and you're like, I've been crying for 2 hours, 3 days, 4 months, and you've lost time. You've lost a lot of time in terms of work, progress, gratitude, opportunities, ideas, etc. So,
no crying.
No crying. If you want to make it, I'm gonna say, if you want to make it out there, put your big girl pants on, put your shoes, your high heels, or your gum boots, or your sneakers on, and keep going. If someone comes to you and they're like, oh no, like, oh my goodness, this person's so mean. So what? So what is that going to help? Keep going. Like you can cry at home, behind closed doors, but when you're out there, don't cry. Like, do not shed a tear. So that is my second bit of advice.
Oh,
Yes.
Lighting gray.
yeah. I think I have to agree with the first two speakers. That find your light. Wow. Unintended. Find what makes you come alive, and stick to it, and stay in your lane, and work at it. Some things don't make any sense. I mean, I've been doing writing for the past 20 years. My name is quite known now, and I still have to explain myself to people. Like, I actually,
you're a woman.
Exactly, But I think I got a point in my life where I said, fuck him. I'm gonna do me. And so I've stopped being trying to explain, or trying to make you feel comfortable about who I am, etc. This is who I am. I'm the lighting bay. I'm the queen of darkness. I'm inspired by darkness, and you know what I mean. When darkness is there, I bring life in dark space.
Hey, sounds like a rap. Yo, I'm darkness. I'm the lighting bay. I get inspired by the darkness.
It's been very difficult. Like I'm saying, I didn't have my own gear for many years. I didn't have crew. I didn't have a lot of things. I didn't have backup from family or friends or anything. It's just been work. and work and tears and behind closed doors. And then like hustle. And that's what I'm known for, like the chick in a work suit, like I'm always in a work suit. You know, at one point people say to me, oh, when I am because every time you see me, I'll always be in my work suit. And I'm here, you know, I built my house, you saw my house,
Yes.
you know, I bought a stand, I built my house, I've got a car, and it's not really great, but I'm comfortable, I'm content, I'm happy, I'm being me, so stay true to yourself.
Beautiful.
All right. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to be addressing women. When you're a woman in the industry, especially in the technical industry, you cannot be mediocre. You cannot be average. The industry is very masculine. You really, as Miss Jordan said, that I broke the barrier of women being dull. It's actually what all the other women are saying, that find your light. You just need to be exceptional. There is no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it.
And that's the same thing I think about being a woman in technical space. You can't be average. You have to be
the best. Amazing. Or go home.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And so, being exceptional at the end of the day, you really need to conquer. There's one thing you might face, which is called discrimination. You really need to be strong about it. Because you're going to face people who are not going to hide it in your face. They're just going to discriminate you in your face. There's no explanation about it. But you really need to be strong about it. So, yeah, I think that's my advice. Be very intelligent. Very intelligent. Don't be
Upskill.
Yes.
I think it's worse when it comes from women. I've been ridiculed by women, you know, in my work.
Which
And
is fairly sad.
It's really heartbreaking, you know. But then afterward, like when they say what I can do, they're like, oh, and I can't even want to talk about it.
You're actually good at what you do.
Whatever. I don't need to validate me, you know, my work. But anyway, Miss J, do the things.
My name is Jordan, by the way, guys.
Miss Jordan.
Just letting you know. I think my advice to you would be that, what can I say? I think something that I definitely found of value in my, I'm still coming up, but in my little come up, has been not to turn down opportunities, you know, especially when you're still in your beginning stages. Every single opportunity that you encounter is an opportunity for growth, experience, you know, especially as someone working in any sort of creative industry, or I think any industry, you need that work experience. So I think accepting those job offers, accepting those opportunities gives you an opportunity to practice, to sharpen your skill. So I think just use every opportunity you get to sharpen your skill, because as much as we can say, oh, I'm great, you don't really know how great you are until the spotlight comes on and it's time to perform. You know what I mean? So I think just take advantage of those opportunities. I think the next thing that I wanted to say is, what did I want to say? I had something. It was in my mind. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I wanted to say is, I'm gonna have to make up something new. That I think, what am I gonna say, guys? I literally had it in my head. This is so annoying. That, oh yes, you should take every single opportunity seriously. This is what I was saying. It's basically relating to the same thing I was talking about just now. But in relation to this, when you take everything that you do seriously, you are paying reverence to your craft. And with that being said, you have to take into account that you don't know who is watching you at any point in time. So if you are giving half-hearted to this one small little gig, you don't know who those 5 people attending that gig actually are and what they can do for you. So I think giving the same reverence, the same level of reverence to every single gig that you do, every single job opportunity that you get, no matter how big, no matter how small, you open yourself up to a world of opportunities, always doing your best. That's what I think my point is. To always give your best. As long as you give your best, you know, at the end of the day, if it was bad, if it was good, you can go home and say, I did my best, and whoever saw it, you know? So, yeah, that is my advice.
Okay, well, swing back to
I think the most important thing is attitude and how we treat people. And a lot of people, yes, we're all out here trying to be great and be number one, but then it's all about how we treat people with respect, even those below us or ahead of us or whatever. A lot of, as females, we forget to be polite, respectable, humble towards each other, uplift each other. Or if you see certain, like a certain situation where you're the it female in that room and there's another female and the dudes are only directed towards you, bring that female close and teach her things. Like, we need to empower each other, but then the most important thing, we mustn't forget to respect each other, because people don't forget how you make them feel. They forget your name, but then they don't forget the feelings. So that's the most important thing. Yeah. So
I don't think I could have ended it off in any other way than that. Thank you all so much for sharing. Thank you all so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Anytime. And I think, yeah, just snippets from what you're going to say is that, yeah, treat every moment as, you know, like it's this major moment. I completely agree with you. And I think everyone here who I've worked with on this stage, Mildred has lit up shows where there are 3 people in the audience when she's done amazing things. King Harare has performed in Asas Magaro, we had 2 people in the crowd, but she was still jiving. Like, was there like was there 100 people there? God damn, this one also with her shit things, you know, like as if she's cooking for a whole, I don't know, like a crowd of kings and queens. You're like, yo, but like, so I think it's just really important to, like exactly what Jordan said, even like we've had podcast episodes where we have like 2 views, but we're still out there like, yeah, no, pushing and vibing, like retweeting and everything. But I think that's really definitely something that's important, is that you have to treat everything like it's the most important thing in your life. I think even you winning that award was because you were focused on making sure that, yeah, you may be the only female there, or you were just one of other females there, but you were up against so many other people. You're like, you know what, yes, it's music crossroads, but I'm going to push as if this is the Grammys and I need to be the best. Every switch I turn on, every light I set up is going to be like, every sound, every camera, whatever, everything that I set up is going to be like, you know, this is the Grammys. Like, people need to know that like I'm out here to do the best. And I think it's really important. It's unfortunate that as women we have to be magnificent, but you're already halfway there. Just by being female, you're already halfway there. You're already magnificent. So like it's just a kind of little step left for whatever specific thing you're looking into. So I guess to end off this conversation, I just want to say keep glowing, keep shining, keep being the most, keep breaking the barriers, the biases, and celebrate every little success, no matter how small it is. I think here in this panel we've had like varying levels of like what someone has done and what other people have done, but as you can see, everyone here in their own capacity has done amazing things, has broken a certain level, a certain barrier, a certain bias, and they're trailblazing. And I think you in your own little capacity, in your little room there, sitting, eating your maputi, or eating your popcorn, or eating your pizza, you can break a barrier. Just pick a lane and just go with it, and be successful and be amazing. Make sure you follow all of these ladies on their own personal social media handles, and follow some of the amazing work that they're doing in their own capacities. And yeah, get out there, break the bias, and be the most and be amazing. Thank you so much for watching. To our people behind the scenes, because we want to recognize you also. We have some people behind the scenes. Thank you so much.
They're men.
They're men. Thank you, men. And they're the men. Coolies, but make sure that you subscribe to our channel, follow us, Incubators W and Her Hours in W. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much to our partners, Alios Francaise de Harare, Old Mutual Theatre, and Total Energies, and Phenomenal Lightings.